You want me to talk about Sherlock? Oh, hello. My name's Benedict Cumberbatch.
Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So Stephen Moffat totally just revealed the premiere date for Sherlock Series 3, so I thought I'd do a big update video talking about some of the other things we've learned recently just because it's been a little while since I talked about Sherlock. So get excited. So Stephen Moffat just did a big sit-down Q&A, and naturally most of the Qs were about Doctor Who and Sherlock. And so while we've been getting a lot of photos from the sets and behind the scenes, no one has really talked about when it's actually premiering, but that's what everyone wants to know. Well, now we found out. Originally, I had guessed it'd be about February, which was about when it premiered during Series 2, but it looks like now the premiere is going to be January 1st, and that first episode will actually be set in November. So, as long as you are not too drunk at that New Year's Eve party, you can totally stay up and watch the first episode from Sherlock Series 3, or you could just not go to bed. Either way, should be awesome. We also know the titles to all three episodes now. It's episode 1, The Empty Hearse, episode 2, The Sign of Three, and episode 3, His Last Vow. So while I've done a spoiler video for the first episode, we've learned some new things about the second and third episode, especially the Watson romance with Mary Morstand. So let's talk about that now. So let's start with the first big revelation. Andrew Scott, who played Moriarty, will be returning, but his character is definitely dead. So Moriarty won't be coming back in the real world, but Sherlock will be hallucinating him. And if you've ever wondered what Sherlock's dreams are, they are horrible and amazing. So get excited, it's going to get really trippy. Disguises are coming to Sherlock. While they've been a trope of classic Sherlock Holmes adaptations, the Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock series hasn't really used them quite as much, but there have been a lot of behind the scenes set photos that lead me to believe that they're going to be used mostly for comedy. Because what's funnier than Benedict Cumberbatch and Sherlock? Nothing, that's what. Lars Mikkelsen will be playing the villain of this season. He's basically playing the second in command to Moriarty. We've also learned that Watson will marry Mary Morstan during this series. We'll meet her in the second episode, and I'm guessing that that wedding will happen in the third episode, but I'll talk about that more in just a second. Just to talk about shipping just a little bit, Sherlolly might not be quite as big of a thing this year. Obviously, in the first episode, based on the spoiler video I've already done, there will be a little bit of Sherlolly shipping, but it looks like she might be pairing with Lestrade in this series. There is no wedding ring, so this isn't confirmed yet. So the next little bit will cover the wedding and that final episode, His Last Vow. So if you don't want spoilers for that or potential spoilers, even though it's not confirmed yet, be sure to turn the volume down. I'll tell you when to turn it back up. The title of the final episode, His Last Vow, I think is a reference to Watson's marriage to Mary Morstan. Obviously, His Last Vow, I think, is referring to wedding vows, being the last vow you take till death do you part. I also think that's a real subtle reference to the relationship between the Sherlock and the Watson characters. Obviously, they won't stop having their adventures till death do them part either. One of the reasons I believe this, and one of the reasons why I think that the ending is going to be very open-ended as opposed to the Series 2 ending, is that Benedict Cumberbatch in an interview earlier this year talked about wanting to make as much Sherlock as possible. He said that he basically keep making it as long as the BBC would keep paying for it. So obviously I think they're going to leave Series 3 with the idea that they already are going to be doing Series 4. But let me know what you think is going to happen in Series 3. Obviously, Sherlock is going to have to defeat the villain, the second in command to Moriarty. Watson is going to have to successfully marry Mary Morstan, with both of them surviving. And Sherlock is going to have to make amends with Watson for making him believe he was dead. Obviously, if you see my spoiler video, I talk about the answers to some of those questions. Obviously, that reunion happens in the first episode, and that mustache. But whatever the spoilers are, I don't think they're ever quite as awesome as just watching things unfold. Sherlock is a show all about characters, so it doesn't always matter exactly what they're doing, it's more how they do it and how they do it together. So I'll be doing tons more Sherlock videos between now and the premiere. Be sure to subscribe to get them. And if you want to help me out, be sure to like and share this video. Everyone deserves the gift of good Sherlock news. And if any of you happen to be Doctor Who fans, I'm guessing a couple of you are, I just did a huge video about Peter Jackson in Series 8. You can click here to watch that. There's also some J.K. Rowling stuff in there too. Maybe a few big things going on. You should check it out. Or you can click here to watch my previous Sherlock video. Thanks for watching. High five. See you tomorrow.